say the thing you're not supposed to say.
Let's talk about marriage.
They have like a 2-second rebound rate and you're back doing the next pain in the ass thing.
Parenting. Oh my gosh.
They have sucked the pretty right out of me. They treat me like it, and I do their laundry. Lucky me.
Sex.
I'm caught between two evils. I generally like to take the one I never tried.
Scary stuff like ghosts. I know it's totally out of left field, but just go with me on this.
Boo, you whore.
Love.
I give you what you need. That's all. I'm talking about taking care of each other the best you can. What's wrong with taking care of a woman? She takes care of you.
Friendships.
Wink and her necklace says best friends forever.
Sure you wanted to say forever? I don't think you guys will be best friends forever, no offense, but sometimes you grow apart. And maybe she'll find a new best friend. They end up doing everything together.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for listening to today's edition of the podcast. Want to thank not only you for downloading this and listening to it, but also we have such great show sponsors. So grateful for them. Christiana Salon Spa and Wilbur's Total Beverage. But I will be talking about them later. I just want to jump right in. I have lately seen more movies and I love it. I come from a big movie theater family. Like my parents love going to the movies and my family, everybody, we all love going. And so I've been going a ton. We took Murphy twice to see the Michael Jackson movie because she is currently obsessed with Michael Jackson. Now, in the movie, it doesn't touch on any of the molestation stuff.
Because it didn't get to his age. It only got to like bad.
But I'm going to tell you, I love that movie. It does end in a very innocent way.
Which is...
And I like that.
Because it took you up to his innocent part of his life.
I know. I don't want to know after that. Also, we were at a soccer game today and I was talking to a parent about Michael Jackson and he is convinced he's still alive. Still alive. They say there are actual photos of him.
So was this oh yeah, I bet he's still alive, or he's like, no, listen.
This was alive. Like a no, listen. And it's from somebody who's credible.
Credible.
Yeah.
Credible on what? On Michael Jackson's faking
sightings.
His autopsy?
People say apparently he moved away, which this would make sense. Wouldn't this make sense? Okay. They're at the height of this child molestation mess. And I mean, you could see how because he was never convicted of anything. Okay. But he moved out. I think he moved out of the country. I think he faked his death. He just let him live his life. I don't know. I'm in the camp of not believing the so-called victims. And are they even victims? I guess if I believe they're not, then they're not. But I think Michael Jackson was kind of weird, but I just can't believe he did that.
Why?
Because maybe I just don't want to believe. I guess I should just rephrase that.
Probably more that.
It's very hard for me to picture that. Well, not really. I don't picture that, but I'm just saying like he was pretty odd, but I just want to go out on a Michael Jackson high. You know what I mean? I just want to have that happy ending that it ended up having at the end.
Like all the kids had.
Except his hair lighting on fire. You can't say that.
Because you want to go on this because you just don't want to believe these things happened.
I don't. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And you know what? Can I also tell you that the part of Michael Jackson is played by Jafar Jackson, which I believe is Jermaine Jackson's son. And I think we've already touched on this, so I won't go. He deserves an award. I was talking to my mom about this because she went with us one of the times and she just cannot get over how good this kid was and how you forget it's not Michael Jackson. I mean, he did an amazing job. Anyway, she's like, he should win awards. And I said, he won't. Doesn't matter how good of a job he did, which I'm going to say he did a stellar job. Because of all that molestation stuff, they're not going to do it. It would implode. People would bring it all up again. They'd be talking about it. It would just come back. And I think in the end, that would hurt the family. So maybe they're just kind of like, hey, I don't want to be considered for an Academy Award, kind of thing. Because I know you can do that. You can say, I'm not interested. And
are we really looking at Oscars, though, for this movie?
this kid, yes, compared to Timothy Chalamet this last year with
He
Marty
needs to-
Supreme.
I
Was
have
nominated
strong
for an Oscar.
opinions about him and him going away.
And you know what? He's obnoxious, isn't he?
Obnoxious as hell.
Super obnoxious. Yeah, I know. And I feel like that's kind of a new thing that I'm kind of dialing into where I'm like, damn, Timothy Chalamet is just obnoxious as all get out. And you listen to him in interviews and he's just, I don't know, not a lot of depth there. Jacob Elordi, do you know who that is?
I don't.
Well, let me tell you, he is an amazing actor. And if you're a big fan of the show Euphoria, spoiler alert, he dies. But he dies in what some are saying is would be the absolute worst way to die. Do you want to know how he died? Or would you like to give, in your mind, what the absolute worst way to die is?
Intestines being pulled out in front of you.
That would be hard, but I'm saying fire.
Painful.
Like Paul Walker is in that car.
Yeah, but
they crashed.
Okay.
And he couldn't get out. So he burned.
Do you know that? I mean, he burned.
I
but
do know that, yeah.
Okay, so I
watched a show on it.
for a fact that Paul Walker was in a car accident, was awake and not dead.
Pretty sure that's how it
conscious.
went. Yeah.
And in his car just going, well, flames.
No, I'm sure he was a little more like freaking out.
Sure. And he didn't get out?
He couldn't get out. That's the point, Ryan.
Okay.
Because of the impact into the tree, they weren't able to open the doors and get them out.
I mean, it was such a hard impact.
Oh, God. It was a tiny sports car.
That he couldn't get out.
Nope.
But he was still conscious.
I think he was a little groggy. I'm 72% sure this is how it went.
Oh, okay.
I did watch a show about it once, but
Yeah.
it's a little cloudy. Anyway, I would say fire's got to be the worst. That's got to hurt so bad. Anytime I see a movie with hot lava, I'm like, how bad would that suck? Just to fall in hot lava. The odds are very slim, thankfully. Anyway. So if you're a big fan of Jacob Elordi, this season of Euphoria, spoiler alert again, he died. That was the big, on Sunday night, that was the newest episode. And people were shocked. I've watched Euphoria since season 1. It is a fucking fabulous show.
So I have not watched 1 minute of Euphoria.
Really? You would not care for it.
Thank you. What I have seen in headlines is that this most recent season that's out.
Yes.
Is a little jump the shark.
It's a little jump the shark. Okay. And there are reasons why, though.
But what I am seeing is this is the movie with the Sydney Sweeney person, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's got Zendaya. But Sydney Sweeney, the reason that this show did what it did is because Sydney Sweeney is well endowed and was really playing it up and showing. Yeah. This show has a lot of skin.
Okay. So my point is I'm sure it's probably good, but it got popular because of a lot of those things. And what I have heard is that it's a little jump the shark with really playing up her sexuality.
I will say there's a lot of she starts like an OnlyFans page and she dresses up like a puppy.
So we're jumping the shark completely.
Big boobs. It does feel like we're jumping the shark, but I'm going to tell you that at the end of season 2, it was fabulous. It ended on a cliffhanger with this beloved character. There was a character on the show that was just, everyone loved him. And he was played by the actor Angus Cloud. His name was not Fez. That's 70s show. I don't remember what his name on the show is, but just this character where you're just like, I love you. You are just such a pure-hearted person. And everyone watching it just loved him. And it ended on a cliffhanger. And we were all worried about this kid because we were like, oh, we all love you. And now you're in kind of a predicament. Well, here's what happened. When they broke before, resuming the new season.
Okay.
Angus Cloud died in real life.
Oh.
So that character that everyone is like, oh, we love you so much, died. And then how do you move on from that when that was your season finale cliffhanger? Because what they did was they came back and they said he went to jail. They said he had to go to jail.
This guy looks a lot like Mac Miller.
Doesn't he though? Yes.
I literally thought the photos were Mac Miller.
Right. Like amazing. And if you listen to him talk so quiet, never thought he'd be an actor, kind of just fell into the part. And oh my God, so likable. It broke my heart when he died. He died of a drug overdose. But his father, who he was very close to, had recently passed from cancer.
That's weird.
And
because also Mac Miller died of a
drug overdose. Yeah.
I'm looking him up. People also search for Mac Miller is number 4 on that when they were looking for Angus Cloud.
Oh, really?
Because it looks so
They
similar.
look a lot alike. It's true. Anyway, I'm kind of jumping all over the place. So stick with me on this because the way that they killed off Jacob Elordi's character, his name is Nate, but the way they killed him off was, get ready for this. They put him in a coffin, like a wooden box, not like a real coffin. They buried him alive, but there's a pipe going down. So he has an air hole because what they're saying is this guy owes us $1 million. And if we don't get it, then we're not going to tell you where he's located. So his wife is trying to get the money. But here's what happened. A rattlesnake came along, went down the pipe. So he ended up being buried alive / poisoned by a snake. It's like a double whammy. It's a double McSuckburger.
That is the biggest jump the shark thing I've ever heard.
No, because everybody was shook when they saw it. It was one of those, when they're like movie deaths that stick with you.
Yeah, but that's just like, we're going to figure out the most random way. The TV show Death.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking of that everyone's like, oh my God. It didn't involve getting shot. It was just the way that someone got shot. It was Hank in Breaking Bad.
Okay. Ooh.
That was like everyone that I know that watched Breaking Bad when Hank died.
It was like what? Oh. Again, spoiler alert for Breaking Bad. We need to do those before we talk about it.
I think it's that episode aired like 15 years ago.
One death scene that's particularly stuck with me was the Red Wedding on Game of Thrones. For so many reasons, if you've never watched Game of Thrones, there's an episode called The Red Wedding, and it will break your heart. It broke my heart. And it stuck with me. It just stuck with me. But I thought, wow, that would be up there, one of the worst ways to go. He wasn't supposed to die. He was supposed to be traded for $1 million because that snake found its
Jacob
way in
Elordi,
there.
Not the Red Wedding. You had me at Red Wedding.
Like, sorry. No, I'm back to Euphoria. But anyway, so that I just gave you pretty much the season finale.
Okay.
Of Euphoria. Okay, and
Hold
then
on.
oh
Deaths.
yes,
as you're talking about Game of Thrones, the guy in the first season, the dad, Jon Snow's dad.
Yeah.
Or adopted dad. What was his name?
I don't remember.
Sean Bean is his real name. What was his name?
Oh, I don't remember.
Okay. But that guy, when he was the good guy and like the
and then he got his head cut off.
And then at the end, this was like
spoiler alert.
I know, but like I think
I
everyone
need
was
to
like
say it before.
That was, I think, one of the ones where everyone was like, oh my God, what am I watching?
Terrible.
He was a protagonist.
But here's where that all started. It all started with the original Scream movie from like 1997. Yes, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it started before that. It started with the movie Psycho. Because who was the girl that played Psycho in the shower?
That was
Jamie Lee Curtis's mom.
Jane Fonda.
No. That's someone different. I want to say Janet
Lee.
Yes. Okay. It was Janet Lee. And they said that Psycho was such a hit when it came out because not only because of the twist ending, which I won't give you because I don't believe spoiler alert should be given out.
For a movie that came out in 1955.
Anyway, but they say that she was such a popular star at that time that people were so mortified that she would have been killed off because you didn't, that's a main player. You don't kill the main players. You kill all the B and C people who you're like, yeah, I could see that one coming. This was shocking. And they did it again when they made the movie Scream.
40 years later, huh?
40 years later, they did it again by killing off Drew Barrymore, which was shocking. I remember I was in the theater.
She was there for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, but you didn't realize that could happen. It was like Drew Barry, because on the posters and everything, she's like, looks like a main player.
Yeah.
So you're like, damn, go Drew Barrymore. And then when that happened, it was like, okay,
Sure.
the rules don't apply.
What has stuck with you? So talking about scary, yes, but like scary movies.
Mm-hmm.
People in Scream, that you're talking about Drew Barrymore, and then she's looking out the patio door and there's like a boyfriend or
Yeah,
whatever it is
her
out there.
boyfriend.
Like looking at a patio door in the dark. Has that gotten to you? Like,
Because of that movie?
yeah.
No,
No,
not really.
but Children of the Corn has.
Every time I go to Kansas, I'm like, I think that's the cafe in Children of the Corn. And Ryan's like, it's not. It's not. Kansas just kind of freaks me out in general. So quiet. Some people love that, but not me. Anyway, so speaking of movies, we went and saw the movie Obsessed today. Is it Obsessed or Obsession? Hang on, let me look. Okay, the movie is called Obsession, and it's an American supernatural horror film. And it's about this character. His name is Bear. And he's kind of like, he's so madly in love with his childhood crush. Her name is Nikki. And he finds this in this kind of, crazy weirdo shop. He finds this stick, and it's called a One Wish Willow. Now he's in love with Nikki, but you can tell the vibe. She's friend zoned him pretty hard, but he's like, I'm going to tell her I love her. I just have to. It's time. Breaks the stick, says, I wish she loved me more than anyone in the world. And she goes psychotic,
On him?
like in love with him.
Okay.
Like if another girl gets around him, she kills him.
Sure.
Like she just goes damn crazy. It is a fabulous movie. I hope I didn't spoil it for anybody, but this is a good one. I wanted to originally go and see the movie Passenger, but I will be going by myself to see that. And more, the more movies I go to, the more I think I love the movies. It's such a fun experience. And it's fun because the older kids are at an age where we go to the scary movies together. And so it just works out really good. It was good.
Oh.
So that's what we did on Memorial Day. We went to Denver. We played soccer. By we, I mean not me at all. I sat on the side, but Murphy played in the championship game. So we were there. And then
it did not end up, they had a great tournament, but it did not end up going their way. They lost in the championship game. And I'll tell you, I had some 9-year-old girls that were pretty upset.
Oh man, there was some emotion going down.
Yeah.
Not our daughter. She's like, can I get Papa John's? There's a tent over there. And I'm like, okay. But they came in second. They got medals. To me, that's silver, right?
Silver.
If my kid went to the Olympics and got silver, I'd be like, really,
I mean, Olympics,
proud.
9-year-old soccer in Colorado, same thing.
Yeah, but you see some of these parents and they believe their kid will be in the Olympics. And I think you just need to calm down.
Not only, the belief that your kid's going to be in the Olympics, that sounds great. Love that ambition. It's the treating the game like it's the Olympics.
Yeah.
That's where you lose me.
So we had that going on today, and it was just a nice Memorial Day. I got a lot of laundry done. I watched some clips of Saving Private Ryan. That is intense.
Because it's Memorial Day?
Because it's Memorial Day. I've seen a ton of clips that people are posting specifically from that movie.
Yeah.
And if you've never seen that movie, spoiler alert.
It's about World War II and we won. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But Tom Hanks is phenomenal. So, when he whispers in Matt Damon's ear,
Earn this.
like that's what that clip is that keeps going around. And I'm like, damn, Tom Hanks.
Earn this.
Yeah. It's been really nice enjoying the day, feeling a lot of gratitude.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's Memorial Day. What do you got going on?
Just exhausted.
Yeah, it was a long weekend.
Just exhausted.
Yeah.
Yeah. The holiday weekend is a lot, especially the first one of the summer where everyone's like, let's go. It's nice outside.
Okay, how cool is this idea? I was just reading about, Lyric movie theater.
Yes.
Which Lyric movie theater used to be in Old Town Fort Collins, which it was perfect because you could walk to the movie from like dinner to the movie. And it was right there. And I think the only time we went was for The Exorcist on like at a midnight showing. But that was the only time. It was very charming. Instead of like chairs, they have couches. So it's very
It was very.
You don't like it?
You went to Goodwill during college and found some stuff and threw it in a movie theater. That's what it was very.
But it worked. It was definitely interesting.
It was definitely interesting, but I am not saying that I have champagne taste about something, but that's what it was.
Yeah, it was true. You knew someone had sex on that couch that you were sitting on. You know
This
what I mean?
morning.
Yeah, like that very day. Anyway, they're doing this new thing for the summer. And I think this would be really cool to take Murphy to, even though we were just talking about how they have sex couches, which they don't. But it's Saturday morning cartoons and cereal, but it's classic cartoons. So what you do is you gather up the family on Saturday morning and you go to this event at the Lyric. Now, they only play old school cartoons like Tom and Jerry, which I gotta wonder, are kids still sucked into that? Or is it too old? Is it too slow and too predictable? You know what I mean?
I just think that there are so many options out there to watch at any given time. The reasons that cartoons on Saturday mornings were a thing is because that's the only time you could watch cartoons.
Literally, there was no Cartoon Network. Oh my God. It's just crazy. Yeah. So they're doing that. And then they also have this really cool cereal bar. And so you can go through and pick your favorite old school cereal. And so you can have Life cereal and Cheerios and Lucky Charms. And you just go up and I think it's like $5 for a big bowl of cereal. And then you sit out on the grass because it's an outside event. Yeah. It's an outside event for them.
Have you heard about that being popular?
They're outside events.
They're outside Saturday morning cereal bar.
I've heard it's very popular.
Good for them.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going on. You can find the details on their Facebook page, which is where I came across it. And I was like, damn, that is a really good idea, because there are a lot of people who miss that kind of stuff and wish that it would come back, which leads me to, did you hear that there's somebody that, there's a man who bought multiple Pizza Hut locations and he's remodeling them to make them old school. Okay. So he's taking these Pizza Hut locations and he's turning back time by putting in the same cups. Remember the red cups?
Oh, I could feel the red cups.
There's going to be salad bar. There's going to be the checkered.
Why did this go away?
Tablecloth. Well,
Why
I don't
did
know.
the Pizza Hut salad bar lunch buffet go away? That was a moment in time of perfection.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
We did not need to evolve from that moment. You know what I mean?
We could have ended it there and been totally fine.
No, we could have just been like, we've hit, euphoria, and let's just do this now.
Yeah.
For Pizza Hut, at least.
It was perfect. I mean, I don't know why anybody would go in and change it.
Yeah.
But anyway, through the years, and I think this was such a subtle change slowly that we just kind of were like, hey, didn't the cups used to be red?
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Like one thing that I read that they're definitely bringing back to all the locations are the Pac-Man, sit-down Pac-Man machines. Beep, boop, boop, boop.
Like
Remember that?
two-player games where you
Two-player where you sit across from each other. I've looked online at those. They're like $6,000.
Sure.
I don't know why they're so expensive, but they are incredibly expensive. So that's going to be coming out, which is very cool, because today we were talking to Murphy and I'm like explaining to her the Book It program from Pizza Hut. And if you're of a certain age, you can picture the logo like right now, but you can still sign your kids up to do that. And so we're going to sign our kids up. You just go to the Pizza Hut website and then you fill out the info, and then you have to read like a certain number of books and you get pizza.
Book it.
And there was nothing more exciting than getting that free pizza.
Again, back to we need to evolve.
Oh,
That's like the great white shark. You don't see the great white shark evolving over the last couple million years because it's perfect.
they're the perfect killing machine.
They're the perfect killing machine, of course. Pizza Hut buffet, when they had like the red and white checkered tables, the red cups, the buffet salad bar, the buffet pizza.
Yeah.
I like literally, you could go back to any restaurant, any moment in time. Is that not in their top 5?
No, that's definitely in my top 5. But this guy says he's bringing it back. Let me look at see if they have locations. Hold on. Let me see if there are locations. Old school Pizza Huts coming.
I just hope it's not like
Where?
$27.99 for a
Yeah, but
sit down.
wouldn't you pay a little bit for the nostalgia of it?
I don't know.
Okay, so this is across 27 states. Right now, there are currently 155 retro Pizza Hut classics.
Yeah.
And again, there are over 27 states, including Texas, Missouri, Indiana, Ohio, Georgia, Kansas, and Pennsylvania. I don't see anything for Colorado, but that's what I just named off was not 27 states. They're doing the outside. They're making the outside old school again. So this isn't just something that you're going to walk into.
See, this feeling, as you're looking more of that up, has the same feeling for me as your dad does for talking about the 60s. Your dad talks about the 60s and there's a glow in his eye. Like he just hit puberty and found like a model for the first time. Like he adores the 60s. He smiles like I've never seen him smile ever when he talks about the 60s.
You know, I remember my dad saying, because there's this radio station called Cool 105 and it's in Denver. And my dad just loved Cool 105. And I remember they started slowly taking off Motown, like Smokey Robinson. They took off the Beach Boys. I mean, it aged out.
Yeah.
And then my dad was like, who the hell is Huey Lewis in the News? And why is it on Cool 105? But it ages out. Now, if you listen to Cool 105, it's No Doubt. It's Foo Fighters.
I will say,
and I'm like, what?
The first time that I remember listening to a classic rock station, and classic rock to me is like 60s, 70s, right? It's Zeppelin. Classic rock.
No, now they're 90s, early 2000s.
I remember like Red Hot Chili Peppers was on classic rock. And I was like, who the hell are you to call Red Hot Chili Peppers classic rock?
I know. So fucking offensive.
So I've had a few of those feelings. Yeah. But back to the point, Pizza Hut buffet is a great white shark.
Don't change it.
You don't need to evolve from that.
Can I tell you another thing that evolved? That we experienced over the weekend? Ryan wanted Wendy's. So we go to Wendy's.
Oh, I didn't like this one.
And the ordering board, there was no person. And we were in the drive-thru and it was like, hi, welcome to Wendy's. What can I get for you today? It was a robot.
Yeah.
And Ryan's like, I'll have some chicken nuggets. What kind of sauce would you like? I mean, I don't know. And then you pull up and there are still live people in the kitchen doing stuff, obviously. I mean, they have to make the food. But I'm like, that is one less way we're cutting people out of our life. Even those small, some of the nicest little back and forths are the baristas at Starbucks. You know what I mean? When you drive through and they make small talk, it's not, blah, blah. We are going to get to a place, which if you go to any McDonald's now and you go inside, you order at a kiosk and then they just set your food out. They're not like, enjoy. I don't know. That's one thing. I watch classic TV commercials and fast food ones. Man, those fast food workers gave it their all. And do you notice now when you see a commercial for fast food workers, they don't highlight the person at the front. They used to. It'd be like in the 80s, it'd be like this cute girl and she'd be like, welcome to Burger King. And she'd be so fucking excited over Burger King. Mm-hmm. And now that's gone. They don't do it anymore because it's phasing out. I don't know. It completely tripped me out yesterday.
Even our 9-year-old
was like, this is weird.
Literally goes, I don't like that. I don't know what that was, but I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't like that either. Well, let's end on that note. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's newest episode of the podcast, Still Awkward with Sadie. Big thank you to our amazing sponsors. Sometimes I just get a hankering for things. Okay. And one of my favorite drinks has to be a pineapple rum drink. A, it feels like you're on a vacation. B, if you're a girl, it's cute. It's not like a guy's ordering it, even though there would be no shame if you ordered that, Ryan. Pineapple with a little kick of coconut, make it like a pina colada. Those are so good. No matter what you have a craving for, because now that I've talked about it, I really want a Malibu pineapple. You can find it all at Wilbur's Total Beverage. Now, here's where they're different. There are a heck of a lot of chains. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to liquor stores. You get the same liquor store here and they pop up all over the country. And it's just a cold experience. And I don't know, you don't get that personal touch. And at Wilbur's Total Beverage, you do. They're family owned and operated. They are locally owned and operated, and they're amazing people. And the products that they bring into the store, some of them you will not find anywhere else. So that's another thing. If you're looking for a gift for somebody, you got to definitely check out Wilbur's Total Beverage. So why not go and see my friends today? Matt is the owner. Again, he runs it with his family, and they do such a good job. It's a beautiful building. It's clean, and the selection, it really just can't be beat. Just trust me on this. They're off of College Avenue in Fort Collins. Go see him today. And when you do, maybe mention the podcast. Just be like, hey, I was listening and she was teasing that Malibu rum and I went with it. And that's totally cool too. Also, Christiana Salon Spa. That's ChristianaSalonSpa.com to make an appointment. Whether it's your nails, hair, or skin, they got you covered. Thanks for listening, guys. And we'll be back tomorrow.